Today I'm going to show you guys how to make this cute little pouch, which you can use for literally anything. But for you girly girls like me, I know that you love to have little pouches in your purses, in your bags. You can put makeup in here. You can put little trinkets in here that you want to keep organized in your purse. For the purposes of this pouch, it's a money pouch for a banquet. So someone's going to be having raffles and they have to keep note, they have to have pens, scissors, a notepad, and they're going to also keep money in here as well. So it's because it's a banquet and it's fancy and classy. I decided to layer some of these fabrics to make it really pop. So I'm really excited about how this turned out. Sexy little money pouch. Also, it's big enough for you to put, say, your passport in here. Say you want to keep your phone in here. And it really is nice, spacious. It's going to be a gift for a really sweet friend of ours who's helpful and kind and is always supportive in all of our fundraisers. She's a wonderful, wonderful person and police officer, and we are going to go ahead and gift her this bag. But she's going to use it in a banquet, and she's going to get it like this. I cannot wait to show you guys how to make your own. In order to make this pouch, I want the pouch to be about this size, and this does not say the size, so I'm just gonna measure it. It's about 10 inches long and about 5.5 inches deep. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna make my pattern 11 inches long and 6.5 inches deep. So what I'm gonna be using today, I'm recycling a negligee. It's from Forever 21. I'm gonna use this duck canvas. And let's see if I at least have the depth that I want. Ooh, perfect. 11 inches long. And then we want 6.5 inches deep. I just need something that's like straight. My daughter's gonna kill me because this is like from her sponsorship with Hero. But I kind of need this cardboard. And I'm a very like hands-on kind of person where if it's in my reach, I am going to use it. Now that I have this, I know that I'm going to need another one just like it. So now it's going to be really easy putting these together. I have to get a new rotary cutter because this one is like, I have to hold it like this because it's actually the blade is not good anymore. Also, the duck canvas is a little thicker, which I love. I don't know if I want to line it so that it sparkles. Let me see if I can see the sparkles through here. Oh, you can. Okay, I have 2 of each. I have 2 of these. This is acting as my liner and also the main color that's going to be shining through the lace. But I want it to pop because I'm actually making a pouch for a banquet event. And it's not a purse for a fashion purse, although it's probably gonna look like one, but it's more like the person who's gonna be doing the raffles, they're gonna hold this and put money in here. So that's the kind of, but it's gonna be for a banquet, so it's gotta look elegant. So having this little pop of color, and not pop of color, the glitter is gonna shine through. I don't know if you can see. I don't know if you guys can see because of the lighting. I don't know, but it pops really nicely. It looks like little specks. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sew this. I'm going to iron this down, and I'm going to sew this all the way around. Okay, so both of these are as ironed as I could get them, and all I'm gonna do, and you can do this, like you can just get everyday items. Like this is a cute little pouch, but it's plastic. I have it lying around, and I just wanted to get the sizing of it because I like the size. And sometimes you don't have to really come up with your own pattern. You can just borrow a pattern and then build on making it your own from there. What I'm gonna do is sew all the way around. And you wanna kind of go in about, I wanna say 1/2 inch seam allowance. I'm gonna leave it at a 0 stitch. Always back stitch, and let's go. Okay, and know you can see that sparkle. That's what I'm talking about. So this is going to be the part that goes on the inside, and this is going to be on the outside. And also on the outside, which we'll do later, is going to be this. That's really pretty. Okay, so now we just need 2 of these, and we're all set. Now we have 2, and now I'm going to just use one of these to cut out my other fabric. Julia, Julia, Now I didn't cut this double because I wanted to make sure that at least the front didn't have any seams. So the front has no seams, so we're good. And now the back, it has certain seams that I cannot avoid. So I just want to find the best I need to cut all this other excess off. This is not working for me. Okay, if I can stretch this, that'll work. So I don't even need to really cut much. When you're recycling, you can't treat the fabric the same way you treat fabric that you bought at the store. When you're recycling, there's so much more that has to be considered because a lot of this already has built-in seams, ruffles, and so you really have to plan and you can't be impulsive so that you make sure that you got the right sizing. So it's very simple. I'm going to now, and if you're asking why I didn't do these two together, I didn't feel confident enough. This like tule kind of fabric, it's very flimsy and it's also stretchable and it moves around, and I wanted to make sure that it was secure on here first, because then this fabric also has its own properties that make it tricky to work with. You know, it too is stretchy and moves around quite a bit. So for this, I'm going to be using pins. And I'm not putting the pins on the outside, so I won't have to move them. I'm just putting the pins along the inner part because I want to secure the fabric, but I also, if I want to, I want to be able to stretch this out whenever I want to, and so I'm doing that. Okay, so now I'm just going to sew all the way around. I don't want to hit any bumps here. And any excess I will just cut off. Turn the fabric upside down, and I'm just going to try to work on the exact same seam that I did the previous line. So I'm just going to follow these lines as my guide. So all along these lines, all the way around, and make sure underneath you just stretch because you can't see the fabric underneath. I always like to start with the more difficult side, or at least the side that doesn't have as much around. And this just needs to be stretched over. Here we go. they're sewn on. So now we have our two sides, and just for my own reference, I'm kind of calling this one the front side and this one the back side. When you're dealing with recycled fabric, this sometimes happens. The other thing that I need to mention is my zipper is, let me put it this way, my zipper is too long. So this zipper is 12 inches from the zipper to the metal stopper, and this is 11 inches. So I don't want any of this excess. The excess just gets confusing. I have to have some excess. You see how there's excess after the stopper? I have to have some excess after my stopper, so I'd have to put a stopper. I'd have to put a stopper right about here if I want my zipper to be this long. Okay, how do I make a stopper? So this is a stopper, this right here. So to make a stopper, you can use a hand needle, and you're gonna sew through the zipper under and out, through the zipper under and out about 10-12 times, and then make a knot on the back. Or you can take your sewing machine and you can do a zigzag stitch, zigzag. Now, in order for it to zigzag properly, you would need to select a zipper. I'm using the Brother XR3340, so I'm sorry, you would need a zigzag stitch. I'm using the Brother XR3340, so for my zigzag stitch, I'm choosing zigzag stitch number 05. You're gonna have to make your length as short as possible. So I'm making it almost as short as you can make it, and then your length, your width, you want to make it as wide. Make it the widest as possible, so that you know that when your machine is going over, it's not hitting the zipper, it's just going over and securing. So you're going to keep doing that zigzag stitch, and you're going to do it on your mark, so that then you can cut back here. And so hopefully that works. This is my first time doing this, so I am going to let you guys see. Okay, so I'm gonna put my zipper here. And it worked, but it looks like it's a little bit too wide. I'm gonna go ahead and put it at 6 and see if that works. I can still make it a little less wide, so you kind of just have to keep trying. And now I lost my thread. You have to keep trying until you find the right width, because you don't want to break your needle on this. So let's see. Yeah, I think so. For this machine, like I said, I have the Brother XR3340. I used stitch number 5. My length is at 0.1 and my width is at 5.5. Those are the that was the width that I found to be good. I'm not hurting my needle. And we're kind of just staying here. I want to kind of make sure that it's secure. So, yeah. Let me do a few more. Okay. So now, I'm going to take it out. I have a nice stopper, as you can see. Now I'm going to cut. Technically, you're not supposed to be using your scissors for sewing when cutting your plastic zipper. If you have a metal zipper, you need to get scissors that can carefully cut that. But with the plastic one, it's super easy. And now I did it, and I feel really good, and I think it's faster and more secure than doing it by hand, because sometimes we get a little tired and we're not pulling right. And so look at that, I made a stopper. I love it. So always make sure that your zipper is the same length as your fabric. If it's not, you can do what I just did, and you're just going to make a stopper using your zigzag stitch. Make a stopper. So you'll need your shortest length and your longest width. Well, start with your longest width and then work your way down until you find the right width. For me, I found 5.5 on my number 5 stitch. And you want to leave some excess left over after the stopper, because this should be, all sides should be flush with your zipper. So you're going to place it flush from the top with the top of your fabric. And remember that the fabric in the bottom should be facing up, not down. So right side facing up. In this case, pretty side facing up. And then this edge here, you're not measuring from the zipper, you're measuring from this end, and you're measuring from this end. I'm gonna go ahead and just hold that down just for a hot second, because I don't know why. Yeah, let me just hold that down there. Okay. Then you're going to take your second piece. Now, the reason why I decided to use canvas, I love canvas, first of all. I love it, but I also like how sturdy it makes everything. So I feel like it works as a great inner lining fabric, and it also works great as, you know, instead of having to use interfacing or anything like that, it works as a nice fabric that'll give you a secure, strong foundation. The other thing you want to make sure is that you get your zipper foot, your zipper presser foot. And for my machine, this is what it looks like. It's presser foot number letter I, and it is going to allow you to get closer, so you can get really close to the zipper, because this other presser foot, gotta take it out anyway, this presser foot is not going to let you, and the other ones, they're not gonna let you. So this one has no obstacle and lets you get in and get closer. So I'm gonna go ahead and change my presser foot now. So the way that I like to do this, I've seen a lot of different tutorials on how to do this, and my brain sometimes, I think, just works a little bit backwards. So here's one side of it. Here's one side. I'm taking my zipper, instead of putting it this way, I'm putting it this way, and I'm placing it like this. This is just how my brain wants to work right now. So if this doesn't work for you guys, I don't know what to tell you. And I don't know why my brain doesn't want to do it any other way. I think I've done this differently, and right now this is how I want to. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to sew. So you see how I made everything flush? I want to make sure. So everything is super flush. Perfect. Flush on the edges with the zipper. Got my stopper right here. And flush on the top. I put my zipper upside down. That's just the way I wanted to do it. I already put my presser foot. As you can see. So I'm just going to align it. First dropping my needle. Okay. I'm gonna change my machine back to my 0 stitch regular because it was still on zigzag, and I'm going to slow down my machine. This is not a process that needs to be rushed, so if you want to put your machine on slow, you can. And I'm gonna backstitch. And I think I broke my needle. You know, I got way too close and I got way too comfortable. Let me see if I even did this right. Hopefully one side got done and I don't have to do it over. Oh, yes, perfect. One side did get done. Okay, good. So now I'm gonna just change my needle real quick. I'm gonna pull this back. And let me try to press this down a little bit. This is just the way that my brain wants to do it today for some reason. And I am not going to stop myself. So now we take the pretty side that we just did, we put it face down on top of the other pretty side. So pretty sides facing each other, and the zipper part is here on top. I don't know if this is backwards for you guys, but this is how, for some reason, I feel comfortable doing it right now. So now I'm gonna take it back onto the machine. Okay. Perfect. Now going to sew down here and this edge. to do it backwards like this on this side because I'm able to see the contrast of the black zipper on the beige canvas. And it's just helping me visually see everything. This is gonna give you a nice pressed down zipper. I also like the stitches. I think it gives it some nice lines. And you can go over those lines as many times as you guys want. Then we're gonna open our zipper. And then we're going to press everything down. I'm gonna press everything down. I'm gonna keep everything super flush. You want to make sure you open up your zipper for this part. With this firm fabric, I really don't need these clips, but I'm just doing it. So this is the edge of the zipper. This is my stopper. I'm gonna go ahead and come in about 1/2 inch in. And I think that's where I'm going to start my journey here. I'm gonna do a couple of back stitches just because. And what we're gonna do is go all the way around the entire pouch. Notice how I'm still following those old lines. Now this side here, I feel like it could use a little more. Now is the moment that I like to, these are not even my fabric scissors, but whatever. I'm about to throw these scissors away. I'm gonna round this corner a little bit. And I'm gonna round this corner a little bit. And I just put my finger always there as a stopper so that I don't cut off more than I meant to. And I think we're ready. So we left this open. And hold on. Let's just make sure. Before I turn it inside out, I like to get rid of all these annoying threads. And I want to make sure that everything is good. Okay. It does have a bit of excess here, but that's okay. I'm comfortable with that. I'm going to go ahead, turn this inside out, grab the inside, pull it out. I already see a problem here. I'm going to cut this corner right here. It's a little difficult because it has plastic. But it's gotta happen. Sorry. And I'm gonna cut a little bit this corner here. Okay. Push through corner by corner. I really want to push out every part. And there's tools for this, which I always have lying around. You can also use a paintbrush if you don't have a tool nearby. I do have a paintbrush, so I'm gonna go ahead and push that corner out. I need to push this corner out as well. Because we have canvas doubled up on both sides, it's gonna be a little bit tougher. You might not have canvas, so you're lucky. I like to make my life a little bit more complicated, it seems, or at least I'd like to say more challenging. So I like to take these little fun risks, even if it means a little extra work at the end. I think the reward is far greater than the challenge. Things are turning out exactly how I wanted. What about that? Now this was an old negligee I turned into a money pouch for an event, a banquet. Opens nicely. Inside looks good. I guess it would have been nice to have an inner lining, but I like the raw edge. And so, yeah. I love it. And it's nice and sturdy, as you can see. You can hear it when it drops. So you can kind of hold it. So it's pretty cool. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys all on the next one. Peace.